Hey YouTube, George Briarman here. It's about 9 o'clock. It's a nice, beautiful Georgia night. Jar flies out real loud, lightning bugs. Sitting here wondering about the future and of course thinking a lot about the past. About the childhood growing up here in the South. We lived for a bit in Arizona, but I was really too young to remember a lot of that. Winslow, Arizona. Of course, moved back toward Tennessee, and of course, a couple of you guys I've talked to know that I was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and of course raised primarily in North Carolina. I'm a son of a preacher man, so my dad was a minister. He's a great minister. Smoking my bent brandy with some Christmas cookie from Boswell. Using my Father's Day pipe lighter that my family got for me. Drinking a cup of coffee, but it's not just any cup of coffee. This is Starbucks coffee with some creamer. It's that Almond Joy creamer. Try that together with some of that Christmas cookie. Oh man, good stuff. But getting back to what I was talking about, had to get rid of some house keeping. I think back to what it was like as a kid growing up in North Carolina, the schools, and who influenced, let me ask you, who influenced you as far as first picking up a pipe? I've had several role models in my life I've really admired. My first being my father. He's a great man. Of course, some others that's influenced me is my grandfather. His name was Art Chambers. He lived in Chattanooga. And he was a well-liked man. He was a very well-known man. He served as president of the Golden Gloves, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia for, I guess, 30-something years. He was the president of the Golden Gloves boxing. He helped start the USA ABF, which, if you guys don't know, it's United States Amateur Boxing Federation. When he died, there was a lot of people at his funeral. And I remember Evander Holyfield called, said he wasn't able to make it, but he sent flowers. Took time out of his busy schedule to send Grandpa some flowers. Grandpa thought a lot of Evander. Thought he was a good boxer, clean boxer. But he loved the Braves. He was a Braves fan. Loves watching baseball. He liked the Chicago Cubs. He even rooted for the Chicago White Sox. You know, when he wasn't rooting for the Braves, he was rooting for one of the Chicago teams. He was a man of principle. Of course, he didn't smoke a pipe. He smoked cigarettes up until about 15 years before he died. Parkinson's took his life. But about 15 years before he died, he quit smoking. He was a good husband, good father. My dad he's never smoked in his life, but he has influenced me quite a bit. Now, to get to who has influenced me the most, when it comes to pipe smoking, I would say back in 1982, we moved from Tennessee to a small town just outside Burlington, North Carolina, called Gibsonville. My dad had a church out there. We moved during the summer, July. It was a July summer, a summer of July of 82. It's getting late, guys. Well, that school year, I was going into the 6th grade, and I remember having to choose, what do I want to do? Do I want to go to band? Because in North Carolina, you have to do something. You have to do band, you have to do chorus, you have to do shop, you have to do something and stick with it. So I chose chorus. I was a pretty good singer. Numerous awards. Went all county, went all state. But the person who influenced me most when it comes to pipe smoking, his name was Miles Saunders. He was my music teacher, my chorus teacher. He spent a lot of time with us. He helped us after hours. He got to know the families. He was part of that old school that would, he would not leave any children behind. If they needed help with their schoolwork, he would find someone that would help them. He was very concerned about your home life. He was everything that you'd think a teacher would be. He was a football coach, one of the football coaches. And when I went from the junior high to high school, the music teacher in the high school left, and he was my high school music teacher for the first year. Then, of course, we moved. But I remember going down the hall of junior high school, the 3 years I was there, and the 1 year I was in high school there at Western Alamance in Burlington, Gibsonville. I would walk behind him, he'd be smoking his pipe. Pipe went out again. He'd be smoking his pipe. I remember, oh, it's a great smell. And it was years after we moved. Years. And I finally got married, and my brother bought a pipe. And I remember the kind of man he was, and he had this big mustache, similar to mine. His mustache would come all the way down like this. He was kind of rugged-looking man. Lived in a big 2-story log cabin that he had built. I always smelled of pipe tobacco. Very nice smelling pipe tobacco. I don't know what he smoked. I should contact his son. We kept in touch. As far as I kept in touch with his son. He passed. My music teacher passed 2 years ago. And but he influenced my life as far as the kind of person I am today. Pipe smoking. And when my brother started smoking a pipe, I said, I'm going to go buy me one. So I went and bought one. I liked it, and I've stuck with it. And I'd say it's been almost 20 years. I bought my first pipe the first year I was married, and my wife and I celebrated our 20-year anniversary this past May. So, pipe community, got to run this short because I'm running out of time up here on the camera. What has influenced you in your pipe smoking? Who has been one of the biggest men in your life that has sort of been your mentor? Somebody you look up to that you could always trust and count on. That's what I'm thinking about today. Oh, real quick, shout out Old Cornish Pipe Buddy. Keep the videos coming. I really enjoy them. I really do. Hobby Pipes has a tin that needs purchased. He's got the autism charity he's raising money for. I've got plans in works for something, but I'll release that soon. And go check out Randall Potate, his website. You'll like that. Steve, man, I'm still speechless about the Yabo I got the other day. I'm speechless. That's a very generous friend. My friend, yeah. So, YouTube, y'all have a great night. And stay smoking, my friends.